Hey, how's it going? Today I want to talk about follow the money, what that means. As I have mentioned to you before, today is Sunday, and on Sundays I'm gonna be looking for uh, or taking a look at a finance and overall everything when it comes to business, uh, financial operations and dealings. Either way, today I'm gonna be looking at different sources of finance, and to have access to different sources of finance, not necessarily, but most likely a lot of governments would ask for any organizations to be located in their regions. It's a part of the requirements, or have a bank within that country. So that would be another thing, I guess. It's not necessarily one of those things, but if it would require only your time, perhaps, and not necessarily would cost anything, you might want to consider opening different bank accounts with the particular region, since you might have a lot more access to different sources of finance. I'm currently looking at Europe and what options are there within Europe, and they do have requirements that all the banking would be with European banks. There might be some reasons why, but that's just part of the requirements that they do have. And since that's part of the requirements, they might ask you to open a bank account with particular banks. And some of those banks, to open up a business bank account with those banks, that might make it easier to manage finance for that particular project, so it's not that much of an issue, I guess. But it might take up to 3 months to do. Yeah, I don't understand why, but yeah. So looking for finance for a particular project, finance might come from different regions, and if it would come from different regions, they might have a requirement to have a banking in that region, and to open a bank account, it might take up to 3 months. But in particular, I'll be focusing most likely on three particular regions. I might venture into different regions later, but to begin with, I'm going to look at Europe, UK, and the US. So I'll most likely going to be trying to open bank accounts and see if I'm able to do that. What will be the requirements? Other than that, they might ask me to send a lot of paperwork, or it might cost money. So either way, I'm gonna be looking to open a bank account with those three regions, and perhaps it might be even easier for me to manage particular budget for particular project, to have separate bank account for just for that particular project, would have a particular bank account, so there wouldn't be any issues, or any necessary reasons for me to go into that bank account other than manage finances for that particular project. Some of the advantages of having particular bank account, or banking operations for business banking, and having a bank account for that particular project, would there's a possibility that that would help overall managing finances. Something like profitability analysis, by tracking the source of revenue and allocation of expenses, business can understand which products or services or areas of their operations are driving profits, and which might be less profitable. This information can guide strategic decision about resource allocation and business focus. Cost management, analyzing spending patterns and expenses can help identify areas where costs could be reduced or optimized, leading to improved efficiency and profitability. Customer insights, by analyzing customer transactions and purchase behaviors, business can gain insights into customer preferences, buying habits, and segments that generate the most revenue. This information can be used to tailor marketing strategies and improve customer satisfaction. Investment and expenses, then considering new investments or expansions, opportunities. Business can assess the potential returns on the investment by analyzing the project finance flows associated with those endeavors. Risk management, tracking finances, financial transactions can help identify potential risks, such as cash flow issues, debt obligations, or regulatory that might indicate fraudulent activities. Vendor and supplier relationships, monitoring payments flows to vendors and suppliers can help ensure the contractual agreements are being honored and the business is receiving the goods and services it paid for. Market trends, analyzing sales and revenues data can provide insights into market trends and shift in demand, enabling business to adapt the strategies accordingly. Mergers and acquisitions. During mergers and acquisitions, due diligence involves closing closely examining the financial records of the target company to assess its financial health, liabilities, and potential synergies. Financial compliance following financial transactions is crucial to ensuring compliance with accounting standards, tax regulations, and other financial reporting requirements. Cash flow management, monitoring cash flow and outflows is essential for maintaining a healthy cash flow, with crucial for day-to-day operations and long-term sustainability. I have personally met with over 20 or perhaps 30 different accountants who are managing funds for different organizations already. So I was trying to get professional advice how to manage overall finances. And only thing that I understood, they do not really advise on how to manage your own finances. They just focus more on their own responsibilities as accountant and overseeing overall operations and how to do that. That's my personal understanding when it comes to accountant who should manage perhaps overall responsibilities when it comes to perhaps duties and managing different projects. But from my understanding, they would perhaps give you a list of what they would be able to do and how they would like to do it and what they will do. That's it. But overall, you need to take responsibilities for the finance and business operations. So that's my own understanding. So having separate bank account, that would be one of those ways, or preventing any inconsistencies and overseeing if that person is doing his job and managing that overall business finances, since you gonna have to babysit accountant basically. But I think there's certain systems in place that most likely in the future we're looking to better software solutions. Most likely when would be even easier to manage all the accounting necessary when it comes to business, and a lot of banking operations might be able to offer different softwares for different businesses. I have been recommended a few softwares. It just depends, perhaps depends on the bank and what kind of software you can find to overall oversee money coming in, money going out to begin with, and its payroll and all the other responsibilities that will come with perhaps managing business operations. It's kind of interesting. It can be overwhelming when it comes to managing overall banking, but it's one, I guess, taking one step at a time. If I would begin by taking a look at different banks within different countries, they might offer different software solutions as well. That's the gist of it. I would like to recommend the journal. I have structured a journal for everyone who is interested in personal development, perhaps managing their own time, best use of their time, and how to make most of your time, make the most of your day, and how to structure your day. I have identified the key areas within every single day that everyone should focus on. That would be from a health standpoint of view, perhaps finance would be another area. I have identified a few of those areas that everyone should focus on. I would highly recommend for everyone to take a look. You can find more information in the description, link into my company's website where you can purchase this quarter planner. So every quarter, you can find best information how to structure your time. Thanks. I have already reached out to a number of banks, and every bank is different, and they asking for different information. But yeah, so if there's anything, I'd like to just summarize today's video. Banking would be first step, I guess, especially if it's Sunday and we're talking about the overall finance. First step, it would be establish all the banking, business banking, and reach out to different companies and who of those companies can offer you banking services and shop for a best offer and what kind of banking those companies would be able to offer and try to find the best one. Perhaps new banks. Some of those banks do offer different currencies. Some of those banks are very further thinking, and some of those banks are established banks. So there are a lot of different options of that for anyone who is following this journey. So yeah, just the gist of it. I'm currently focusing on opening bank accounts within different regions. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.